Hi everyone, myself Lingaredi. In this session, we'll discuss atomic structure introduction. So next we will discuss the atomic models. So what is the atom? Right. This atom is derived from Greek word. Greek word. So what is the meaning of here? The in Greek, atom I, atom I nothing but indivisible, right? Indivisible. Atom further we can't divide. So that is the exact meaning, right? Atom having subatomic particles. Mainly the subatomic particle, three subatomic particles is important. What is that? The first one is electron, the second one is proton, and third one is neutron. These are the very important subatomic particles. So other particles also is there: neutrino, positron, antiproton. So these are the another subatomic particles is there, but very important subatomic particles is electron and proton and neutron. Right, let me explain how they are discovering the electron and what is the property of the electrons. So let me explain next slide, and then proton after the neutron. Right, first one here, discovery of electron. This is also we can call cathode rays experiment. Cathode rays experiment. The electron discovered by the first, the J.J. Thomson. The point number one here. Electron discovered by J.J. Thomson. First he taking discharge tube. So this is the discharge tube. What is the name of this tube? Discharge tube. This discharge tube, two ends taking two electrodes. So this is one electrode, and here another electrode we are taking. So this is connected high voltage battery. So this is connected to the high voltage battery. So this is as considered as a minus, this is the plus. So this is metal, this electrode is cathode, this electrode is anode. Already we know that anode having positive charge and cathode having negative charge. In this discharge tube we fix the vacuum here to maintain the low pressure. So we are fixing here the vacuum. So this vacuum, it's this use of this vacuum, it is maintain the low pressure. It is the vacuum pump. So at low pressure we are maintaining here low pressure. So here high voltage. So high voltage nothing but nearly we are taking 1000 volts. Right, here taking 1000 volts, 10,000 volts. Sorry, 10,000 volts. So high voltage and low pressure. Whenever we apply the electricity here, so some rays are travel to, this is the negative part, This is the positive part, right? The rays are the passes through the right. So cathode to the rays are passes through the anode to cathode. This is also known as cathode rays. Cathode rays. Right. This is the exact experiment, right? So we are taking discharge tube and fixing the vacuum to maintain the low pressure, and two electrode we are taking the discharge tube. The first one end is cathode, another end is anode. It is positive and cathode is negative, and apply the electricity. What happened here? The rays are generated from cathode to, and it travel from cathode to anode, right? The cathode rays are generated from the cathode, and it travel to cathode to anode. This is the experiment. So let me explain what is the property of cathode rays, right? What is the property of cathode rays? Cathode rays. So let me explain in next slide here. The point number 1 here. Cathode rays moving from cathode to anode. This is the point number 1 here. The property. The cathode rays move from cathode to anode. And next point, these rays are invisible. Those rays are invisible. But their behavior can be observed with the help of fluorescent. Right. So which is glow when hit by them, right? So for example, I am here taking the fluorescent material. This is the fluorescent material, right? Here we are passes cathode rays. This is the cathode rays. So whenever hit the fluorescent material, it can glow. It is some glow is coming, right? Like it can glow. So this is the nature of cathode rays. I hope it is clear this point. So next one, I think third point here, right? Third point. In the absence of electric and magnetic field, the rays travel in straight lines. So without the magnetic and electric field, for example, you are taking cathode rays, it is travel straight way, right? So this is the nature of cathode. This is the one of the property. And next one, if you presence of magnetic field or electric field, what happened? the way of cathode rays is deflected. The way is change. It is deflected from actual way. Right, let me explain is here fourth point here. So here, in the presence of electric field, what happened? So which side will be? It is attracted. For example, here, in the presence of electric field, they are deflected towards anode, right? And next one, if you in the presence of magnetic field, and in magnetic field, towards south pole, right? Very important. South pole. Okay. Presence of electric field deflected towards anode, right? And in the presence of magnetic field, it is deflected south pole, right? I hope it is clear. This point we will discuss very clearly. The charge to mass ratio of electron. Charge to mass ratio of electron. At the time, very clearly, we will get the idea about how it is deflecting, right? In generally, here we know that anode nothing but it is positive charge. So we know that positive charge, it won't attract, right? So the cathode rays is negative, then only it is travel towards the anode side, because of anode is positive, cathode is negative. So nothing but cathode rays containing negatively charged, right? Next point here, fifth point, cathode rays contain negatively charged particles called electrons. I hope it is clear this point. Next one, sixth point, the cathode rays, the nature of cathode rays. Rays E is found, right, is found to be independent of nature of the cathode material and nature of the gas in the tube, right? So here what we are taking, these plates, the cathode plates, and what gas is present in inside the gas, this gas, it is independent of the cathode rays. The cathode rays are independent of the gas, nature of gas, and whatever we are taking, the electrodes, right? I hope it is clear, this sixth point. So next one, seventh point here is the last point. This is, hence the electrons are considered as a, electrons are considered as a constituent to end particles of all atoms. So all atoms containing the electrons. So these are the 7 property of cathode rays. So now we'll discuss the charge to mass ratio of electron, that is E by M ratio. Also we can call it the specific charge. Let me explain the next slide here. The charge to mass ratio of electron or specific charge. This specific charge first is measured by the J.J. Thomson. So how to measure the charge to mass ratio of electron? 3 points, very important 3 points is there. Based on the 3 conditions, we measure the charge to ratio of. So let me explain the 3 points. The first, number 1 here. Greater the magnitude of charge on particles. So greater charge of particle, right, greater the charge on particles, greater is the deflection. When electric and magnetic field right is applied. I hope it's clear this point. Greater the charged particle, we apply whenever the electric field and magnetic field, it is greater the deflection. This is the point number 1. Next, point number 2 here. Lighter the mass of particle, greater will be deflection. The mass is less, more deflection, right? This is a point. The lighter mass of the particles are greater will be deflection. Mass is less, the deflection is more. And this is second point. And third point here, the deflection of the electrons from its original path increases with the increasing voltage. So it depends on the voltage also. If you more voltage we can apply, the deflection from original path is more. So this is the third point. Based on these 3 points, we can calculate the charge to mass ratio of electron. So this is the third point. The deflection of electrons, it is original path increases when increase the voltage, right? So let us observe in these 3 points in the experiment right here. So this is the cathode rays. So cathode rays generating here, cathode. So this is cathode, already given there, right? And next one, here generated cathode rays in this point, it travel to the anode, right? After this anode, we are traveling here like this. We are applying 2 field, right? One is the magnetic field, another one is the electric field. So this is called electric field. Right. So whenever we apply the electric field, first we are taking electric field. So this is the travel, it is attracted towards the A side. Nothing but this is the cathode, sorry, here anode, right? This is anode having positive charge. So the rays are attracted towards which side? The A direction side, because of it is attraction between anode and this cathode rays, right? Nothing but the cathode rays having negative charge. The cathode rays consisting of particles, that particles is called electrons. So I hope it is clear. And next one here, whenever apply the magnetic field, so magnetic field here, the rays are, it is shifted to the towards sea side, south pole side. So this side they are shifting here, the rays are travel to the and deflected to the sea side, this point. So here that means here negative charge, this is negative here, the positive here, cathode having cathode rays having negative charge. So remove the both the field, the electric field and magnetic field, both the fields are removing, the rays are traveling straight, no deflection. I hope it is clear. If you the cathode rays, these electrons having more charge, it more deflection, and less mass, more deflection. I hope it is clear. So whatever the cathode rays having, this cathode rays containing the particles, more charge and less mass get deflect more. I hope it is clear. That's why it's called charge to mass ratio. Even we apply the electric high electric volts also, it get deflected. So why we are calculating charge to mass ratio? So more the charge, less the mass, get deflected more. I hope it is clear this point. Right, nothing but specific charge or E by M ratio. So specific charge is equal to charge of electron by mass of electron, nothing but E by M ratio of electron, right? So here, what is the charge of electron here? The charge of electron equal to here, so electron charge 1.6 into 10 to the power of minus 19 coulombs. What is the mass of electron here? Mass of electron 9.1 into 10 to the power of 28 grams. So here we can apply these two. So 1.6 into 10 to the power of minus 19 coulombs by, and 9.1 into 10 to the power of 28 grams. So that equal to here 1.758 into 10 to the power of 8. So what is the here? Coulomb, this gram coming upside here, gram inverse. So this is the specific charge or charge to mass ratio of electron is, so 1.7588 into 10 to the power of 8 coulomb gram inverse. I hope it is clear, right? So this is the grams. We want to take kg, so multiply with 1000. So 1 kg equal to 1000 grams. So multiply with 1000. So what is the value here? In 1.7588 into 10 to the power of 11 coulombs. The charge is same, the coulombs, and kg inverse, right? This is the in kg. I hope it is clear this. And charge to mass ratio, fourth point here. As the velocity of electron increases, the specific charge of electron is decreases due to increasing the relative mass of electron. So same point I am giving here. As the velocity of electron increases, right, the specific charge of electron decreases due to increasing relative mass of electron. Already I said the mass of a substance or mass of particle increases, the deflection is decreases. Less mass particles is more deflection. Next one, fifth point here. The value of E by M cathode rays independent of the nature of metal, whatever we are taking the cathode, that cathode, and whatever we are taking gas of in tube, discharge tube. So E by M ratio, right here a given point, E by M ratio independent of the nature of the cathode and nature of gas. Right, what is the cathode? We are taking the metal here, whatever the metal we are taking that. And next here, whatever taking in the gas in discharge tube. I hope it is clear, these 2 points. Right, next one, mass of electron. Mass of the electron. Right, mass of the electron determined by the combining value of charge and E by M ratio. Right, the combination of charge of electron and E by M ratio. Right, what is the charge of electron? It is determined by the Mulliken drop experiment. Right, so what is the charge of electron? So Mulliken experiment, they are finding the charge of electron. So Mulliken's oil drop experiment, they are finding charge of electron. So what is the charge of electron here? So here 1.6022 into 10 to the power of minus 10 coulombs. So this is the charge of electron. What is the E by M ratio of here? Already we are finding that. So Thomson, they find that E by M ratio equal to 1.7588 into 10 to the power of 8 coulombs and gram inverse. Already derived this value, 1.7588 into 10 to the power of 8 coulomb for gram inverse. Right, next one here, mass of electron equal to mass of electron is equal to, so E by M ratio, right, that equal to, what is the charge of E here? 1.6022 into 10 to the power of minus 9 coulombs, and E by value is 1.7588 into 10 to the power of here 8 coulombs and gram. So this coulomb is cancelled here. So what is the answer here? Right here, 9.104109 into 10 to the power of minus 28 and gram. This is in grams. And next in kg, this value, so 9.094 into 10 to the power of minus 31 kg. The mass of electron kg means this is the kg, right, in grams. 1 kg equal to 1000 grams. Just here multiply, will get here, divide with this grams, will get here minus 31. I hope it is clear. So this is the regarding information about mass of electron and E by M ratio and property of electron and the experiment we have discussed. But sometimes they are asking some competitive, some electron, neutron, proton they are giving. So what is the specific charge, the E by M ratio of that given the particles? So how to find out that? So let me explain next slide. Right here, the note point, very important point. Sometimes they will ask in competitive. So E by M ratio is equal to, so charge by mass number. This is the simple formula, E by M ratio. Sometimes they ask questions here. What is the E by, right? What is the E by M ratio of proton, electron, alpha, neutron, and deuterium, right? These they will ask. What is the specific charge? The specific charge or E by M ratio? How to find out this? Already we know that the first we are taking proton charge, right? Charge of proton is, right, the proton charge is here +1, we know that, and electron charge is -1, and alpha ray is nothing but it is taking from helium +2, so the charge is +2 here. Neutron is 0, right? Generally here D2 having is the +1, right? This is the 1, right? What is the mass here? This is the charge. What is the mass here? The mass of proton is 1. Sorry, here we are taking not D2, 1 only. This is atomic number. We are taking here D, right? What is the mass of proton? So mass of proton I am taking in AMU. This is AM, atomic mass unit. So proton is 1.007, and electron is here the 0 and 005, and this is, right, generally helium +2. This is atomic number 2. It is the mass is 4. So this is having 4, and neutron is 0, and this is having 1, right? First one, the E by M ratio of proton is equal to E by M ratio. So what is the proton mass here? 1, atomic mass also 1. So 1 cancel. What is that here? The 1. Next one, here the electron. So electron is equal to E by M ratio is equal to, what is the mass here? Mass is 0. So this is +1, is a -1 here. We can take here 1, that's all. Just you're taking that value, negative or positive, you don't consider. So just by, what is the mass here? 1, that equal to, right? And next we can't divide that. Alpha rays, alpha nothing but here, what is the charge here? +2, E by M ratio. So charge is +2, mass is here 4, just we are taking 2. This is here equal to, so that equal to 1 by, right, 1/2. Next one, neutron. So neutron equal to E by M. E charge is here 0, so mass is 1, so that equal to, right, 0 only, right here. And next one, deuterium, okay, D2 here, that equal to E by M ratio 1/2. So charge is 1, and here 2 is the mass. This is the mass 2, deuterium, right? So what we'll get here? It is equal to 0.5, right? So just you observe the E by M ratio here. So here is 1. Here we can't divide. Here 1/2. Here 0. and here 0.5. Right now the order of the specific charge here, E by m ratio equal to, so neutron is 0, that is very less, right? And next one here proton, and next the alpha, and deuterium equal to deuterium, and most here the electron. So this is the order of the E by m ratio. So simple trick here. So the low mass having high specific charge. So low mass particles have high E by m ratio. I hope it is clear this point. So sometime they will ask in competitive. And then next one, just formula based on formula E by m ratio. We are taking proton here +1, electron -1, alpha nothing but helium +2, and this is the isotope here 2 and 4, and neutron 0, and here the mass is 1. So here the mass is the 1 here. So neutron. So electron is 0.005. We are taking in AMU these values, and deuterium. So anyway, the hydrogen does not have a specific charge, that nothing but E by m ratio, because of absence of protons. Protons is not there, so the charge is it's not there, right? I hope it's clear. And next we are taking in the place of the hydrogen deuterium we are taking. So this is the question. So just apply this formula, you will get the ratio. You can compare which is having more specific charge ratio, which is having less mass. The obviously electron having less mass, it is having high E by m ratio. I hope it's clear. So now I will give one question here. Just solve here and comment me. The question is, what is the E by m ratio of magnesium +2? Here 24 and 12 is atomic number. Next aluminium +3, 13, 27, and oxygen -2, 8 and 16. The upper side is indicated here, that is the mass, and bottom of this one is called atomic number, right? So calculate the E by m ratio. So comment this question, right, and try this, and if you not get, comment me, I will give the answer here. So thank you for watching this video, and thank you.